So Ted, people love stories.
Yeah.
I love stories.
All right.
T Tell us a story.
I do a lot of foreclosures as we've discussed in the past, and there's this client that I have had for quite some time. Have property all over the place. This particular property was in Massachusetts, and but it's I don't think it makes a difference where this particular issue does happen everywhere. The foreclosure took place. It was a single family home. Right before the completion of the foreclosure, we were advised that there was a squatter that moved into the property. The client was filing an eviction. We weren't involved in the eviction. We were just involved in the REO sale, afterwards. The client brings to our attention that hey, we have somebody that we need to evict. You have somebody good that can help with this, because this is a little unusual situation, because in the middle of serving papers, eviction papers on this woman, she produced a recorded deed from the bank to her, signed, notarized. You take a quick, close look at it. Anybody that knows a little bit about, that's why it's so important not to take anybody's word in this business, but you got to verify. But yeah, so you take a close look at this deed and you see that there's so many red flags. It's definitely fraudulent. My client is in Dallas, and the deed got executed executed and notarized in Massachusetts. They don't have an office in Massachusetts, so there's just a bunch of little things that just were triggers, So she sends that over right after she got served with papers. Long story short, what happened was, after the borrower moved out and then that she moved in, she had set up, and this was a period of time, she had set up this property as like a halfway house, out to a number of people, where she was giving them a room and access to certain amenities, and was charging some rents. I mean, this was going on for some time, because what we had to do, it's not such a simple thing to just say, hey, it's fraudulent. The police are not going to step in. What they suggested, and what's kind of normal for this type of thing, is you file a quiet title action. And the quiet title action is basically, a two-pronged thing where it's not just clears this deed, but it also will give us an order for eviction. So it kind of knocked out two birds with one stone. And so, the whole time, we're fighting with this lady. She's insisting, no, it's definitely a legitimate deed, legitimate. You're interfering with my business. At the end of the day, the judge didn't saw right through it. It was clear. We got the order set aside, and we got the woman removed. So at the end of the day, they did work it out, but it was something that, and I think it's relevant to bring this up right now, because in this foreclosure environment, you don't hear it in the news. It's basically a suppressed topic, because nobody really wants to discuss it. It's a dirty word, but sooner or later we're going to see that the default count is definitely going to increase. And I think it's an important point to mention that you definitely, without question, nobody's going to know this unless you actually send it to a closing attorney or a title company that actually knows what they're looking at, in terms of what is and what isn't a fraudulent deed. It's an easy thing to overlook.